You said you were an entrepreneur at 16. But the funny thing is, now you speak to many corporations. You do for many different diversity of companies. But yet you got yourself involved in the beauty industry because you're co-founder of Paul Mitchell, the school. But before that, you were a school owner. I know that because I used to come to your school and have some fun in Provo, Utah.
Yeah.
But before that, you were a salon owner, and you never did hair.
No.
How'd that happen?
You know, that's the cool thing about the beauty industry. And I'm not sure if other industries are this way. I don't know because I'm not in them. But in the beauty industry, you can have 10 jobs, and nobody ever checked our qualifications. The beauty industry is like, you come along and say, yeah, I want to do that. Nobody ever said, no, you can't do that because I need to see your credentials. I need to see your license. I mean, on rare occasions, a hairdresser will sit in my audience and like, well, if you're not a hairdresser, I don't care what you have to say. You don't have the credibility to talk to me, to try to teach me. But those are the rare people. Mostly in the beauty industry, it's just an outpouring of sharing of information. And how I now look at it is it's called unconventional wisdom. Conventional wisdom is what we already know. So if we're in the same career, have the same degree, have the same education, the same job experience, well, we can't really teach each other much. That's conventional wisdom. Unconventional wisdom is what we don't know. We need to invite outsiders. Come in, what's your experience in business? What's your experience in life? And that's the unconventional wisdom that absolutely is going to take us to the next level. And the beauty industry always embraced me that way. I always felt like I wasn't going to be held back, and nobody ever said that I wasn't qualified. Nobody ever said no to me. And so I was allowed to pursue anything and everything.
But you were like a hairdresser. I mean, we all thought you were a hairdresser because you knew more about the industry than most of us that sat there with our license for many years when you first came on, board with Paul Mitchell, and you were our guest speaker, and then you worked your way in without even asking. You were good at that.
Yeah, there was no ad, we're looking for a motivational speaker at Paul Mitchell. I pushed my way in.
You did?
I made a decision, and I have a great story of how that all happened.
Tell us.
Oh, well, so...
That's why we're here.
There you go. So I'm a brand new salon owner, so this is going back to the mid-'80s. Not a hairdresser, no college education, no experience in business whatsoever. I'm like, I need to educate myself because I'm a salon owner. So I find out about the New York IBS show. I fly from Utah to New York.
IBS, International Beauty Show.
Yeah, what was it, like 50,000 hairdressers that would attend?
More.
Okay.
More. It was more than
so I go to this, and I'm like looking at the program, like, where am I going to go? And I see this picture of this really pretty lady, Jean Bra. I'm like, oh, she's pretty. I'm going to go to her class. So I go to her class. There's like 1,000 people in the audience, and like everybody else in that audience, I fall in love with Jean Bra. Now at the time, she was the artistic director of Paul Mitchell. So now for me, I'm not the type of person that is fine with just sitting in the audience listening to speakers. I have to meet them. I got to stalk them. I need to become their best friend. And so I somehow lie my way to get backstage and to meet Jean Bra. And I go up to her. I'm like, hi, my name is Winn Claybaugh. I own a salon in Provo, Utah, and I'm a motivational speaker. I wasn't yet, but I told her that I was. I tell the truth in advance. So she's like, whoa, nice to meet you. Now, again, I need to stalk Jean Bra. I find out that she's in Chicago. I'm in Chicago. And of course, in Chicago, I sneak backstage, go up to Jean Bra. Hi, Winn Claybaugh. I met you. Yeah, oh, yeah, you're that motivational speaker. Yeah. Well, then I'm following her to Miami, and then for a year this went on. She's in Southern California at the Long Beach show. And of course, I'm hanging out backstage with my best friend, Jean Bra. How you doing, Winn? Good to see you again. And I'm not sure what happened that day, but a challenge with the models or with the AV, I don't know, but they weren't ready to go on. So the show's supposed to start, they're not ready. Everybody's panicking. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Jean Bra's like, I know what we're going to do. Let's send Winn out there. He's a motivational speaker. So my first gig representing Paul Mitchell is as Jean Bra's warm-up act. And by the way, they weren't there to see me. They were there to see Jean Bra. So I go out on stage in front of 1,000 people, and they're expecting Jean, and I come out on that stage. And how do you think I did?
Poorly.
No, I was brilliant.
I guess so.
No, because I was ready.
You every show that you did, you came out like you've been speaking for, and I saw you in the beginning. You like you've been speaking for hundreds of years.
In front of my bathroom mirror.
Yeah.
No, whatever it took. It's like, Because nowadays, especially nowadays, with social media and YouTube, people watch one YouTube video and they think that they're ready for Wimbledon.
Yeah.
You know, they watch one makeup tutorial and think that Warner Brothers should call them for their next feature film. Like it's called the microwave generation. They want things instantly. And at the end of the day, I was ready. People think that they want that spotlight, and the truth of the matter is, if most people got the spotlight that they want so badly, they would make a total fool of themselves.
Some
they're
scared
not
when they
ready.
get it, they run. They want it, they're there, they're in the front, but you were willing to fail. You and I spoke for how many years? You know, and I started out by doing hair shows, and then they were calling me for speaking. But we had to make an ass out of ourselves a few times and trip and fall and fail. Because I remember one time, even speaking, opening for you, I had an anxiety attack. And I never had an anxiety attack. Shit happens.
The stage will bring out.
And all of a sudden I couldn't speak. They thought I was speaking in tongues. They're like, what religion is that? You know, so how many times did it take you? Because people think, yeah, you did come out. You were brilliant for 1,000 people. But did you ever have the shows that you came out that you had to really learn from?
Yeah. What do they call that? The 10,000 hours. You got to practice something 10,000 hours. When I interviewed Peter Vidmar, Olympic gold medalist, one of the most decorated gold medalists in U.S. history for men's gymnastics, he talks about 10,000 hours in the gym. He talks about how people say if you want to be successful, you have to do double what everybody else. He's like, I'm in the gym 6 hours a day. You're telling me I have to be in the gym 12 hours a day? No. How about if you just do an extra 2 hours? So get there an hour before everybody else and stay an hour extra. So 2 hours a day more than everybody else, divided or added by all of the days and weeks and months that you're training, and that's what gets you there. And so it was just doing it over and over and over and over again. People will see us on stage in front of 3,000 people and getting a standing ovation. They're like, I want to do what you do. Really? Okay, here's what it takes. It's the dog and pony show. It's like city to city to city, and sometimes it's in the worst hotel. It's not at Caesar's Palace in front of 3,000 people.
And by the way, you don't know it, but Winn and I used to call each other and say, hey, he found out where I was doing a show, I found out where he was doing a show, and we would just pop in on each other and do it together.
Yeah.
So that we did get those 10,000 in. We did show after show. Even if we weren't invited, we made it happen.
We're never invited. You usually
never even got paid.
Exactly. We didn't care.
No.
It's what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
It's what we wanted to do. That's so funny. It's like, I want to do that. I want to be a session hairdresser. I want to get be hired to do hair and makeup. Well, what are you waiting for? Well, nobody's hired me yet. Really? So you're waiting for somebody else to give you permission to do what you love to do? You're waiting for somebody else to give you that opportunity, but you won't even give it to yourself. I mean, if you want to be
hairdressers who are like, I want to do editorial work. I want to do photo shoots. And I'm like, well, start doing them. They're like, well, I don't have money for a cameraman. I said, you're holding the latest iPhone with the best pixel in it. Do the hair. Go take some pictures outside. Look at the background we got here. You can't do a photo shoot. You know, go to a local
green
park.
Screen. This isn't real.
Yeah, really. Yeah, but here's the thing: go to your local park, your town center. There's so many beautiful places to go. Start now.
And not only that, but there's a whole bunch of people who want the exact same thing. You go, if we're talking about photo shoots, go to the local fashion institute. There are models there who are in school training on how to do wardrobe and costuming and design. Bring them on. Then you go to the local modeling agency. They always have new girls that need to test. And then you go to a makeup studio, a makeup school, because guess what? They need to practice too. You put together this team, nobody's getting paid, everybody's just learning, but it's the process of doing it over and over and over again. When I interviewed Ruth Roach, who has received NAHA Awards, Hairdresser of the Year, I don't know how many times.
What is NAHA Awards?
North American Hair,
Award from that, and you're not even a hairdresser, and you achieved Lifetime Award.
North American Hairdressing Association.
Okay.
So she told me, and when you win Hairdresser of the Year, it's about your skill and your talent, but it's judged on photos. And so she said that her first photo shoot happened in the back of a Chinese restaurant in Santa Barbara, California. I'm like, can I see those photos? She's like, no, you can't. Because everybody assumes that her first photo shoot won NAHA of the Year. No, it was over and over and over of failures, and it's expensive, and it's out of her own pocket, and it's the worst models and the worst location, and that's what was speaking. We were in the worst hotel in front of an audience that was pissed off that they had to be there. Remember 10 people like my salon owner forced me to be here. I'm so angry. You know, why? That's the audience that's going to teach you, not the audience like, oh my gosh, he's here. That's an easy audience. Yeah. It's the audience like, I dare you to teach me anything. Yeah. And that's the audience that we were in front of all the time.
And they were challenging us. By the way, Naha, so you just know what that really means. That's like winning an Emmy, a Grammy. Wouldn't you say that equivalent in our industry? Yeah. So when you win that Naha award, but people think that I gotta wait, like you said, for this moment, for this amount of cash. We didn't wait for that. We just jumped in. We didn't have any cash. We had credit cards, maybe with a couple $100 limit on it or whatever. But we would sleep on somebody's couch. We would do whatever it took. But today, people want the lavish. Oh, I got to stay in the best hotel. I got to get the best wardrobe. I got to get the. No, we shopped at the thrift stores.
Whatever we needed to do.
And that's what Ruth did.
And by the way, we loved it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was this adventure. We didn't care that we were at the worst hotel. We didn't care that we had to share a room with 20 other people. we didn't care about any of that. Why? Because we chose it. It's what we wanted to do. And we weren't waiting for somebody else to come along and give us permission or give us a paycheck or give us a budget to do it. We didn't need any of that to do it.